So for everybody who's been asking me, Gayatri, how do I start rewiring or reprogramming my subconscious mind? All that you need in the initial days, after a point of time, it becomes a second nature. But till it becomes a second nature, all that you need on an everyday basis is just 15 minutes of your time. That is all that you need in order for you to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. But even before we do something, this is something I recommend to you for the rest of your life. Every time you're learning something new, ask yourself, why do I need this? Why do I need to learn this? Similarly, why do you need to reprogram your subconscious mind? Why can't it be just the way it is? Why do you have to put in so much energy and effort for you to reprogram that? See, unless you don't realize that and unless you don't understand that, it is just going to be about, hey, this practice. I'm going to just do this practice, do this practice, do this practice, and miraculously I'm going to expect for my life to change. But then what happens? You start to let go of your interest in that and your willpower goes away in that. So that is not what you're here for. We need to understand the reason why we are doing that. We need to understand what happens if we don't do that. And then the consequences of that, the consequences of you not reprogramming your subconscious mind is big enough that you don't need your willpower for you to change, but the consequences or what would happen if I don't do this, that will give you so much energy for you to change. So now, take a look at your life. All of you, everybody who's watching this video, I believe the intention behind why you're watching this video is because you want to change your life. It's because you've been trying multiple things as a part of you changing your life, but feels like nothing seems to be working out. It feels like you're taking one step forward, you're taking 10 steps backward. And this has been a continuous looped process, and it is also making you feel very frustrated. So now we need to understand, why is this even happening in the first place? You'll slowly start to realize that, imagine there is a boat, you're sitting here and you're trying to row the boat. Like you're putting in all your energy, your effort, your willpower, everything to start to row the boat forward. But you realize no matter how much you try, the boat is not moving forward. And you also realize that the boat is not moving forward, it is starting to move a little backward. And then you're like so frustrated and you look back to see why there are 5 of you who are trying to move the boat forward, there are 95 of you who are trying to move the boat backward. This is the conscious mind and the conscious effort that you're putting in life on an every single day basis, genuinely having those big goals for you, genuinely wanting to move forward in life. But this is your subconscious belief. The subconscious mind, which is constantly pulling everything backward. So now when we speak about subconscious mind, a lot of people get scared thinking, oh my God, my subconscious is acting against me. It's like a villain. No, it's not a villain. Think about your subconscious mind to be your personal assistant. Okay? So now we need to understand what is the purpose of a subconscious mind. So take a look at any activity that you've been doing in your life for a really, really, really long time. Now you don't need your conscious mind, or you don't need your willpower, which is you don't need your conscious mind, you don't need your willpower, which means you don't need energy to execute that. So the brain will always figure out ways depending on, hey, what is the task or what is the thought or what is the belief this person has been repeating to themselves again and again and again, so that now they don't need to use their energy or effort in order for them to repeat that, but that will go to the back end, to your subconscious mind. So it will move from conscious mind to subconscious mind. Now the subconscious mind does all the activities automatically without you using conscious energy or conscious willpower. So it is freeing away space for your conscious mind so that it can start looking at the external world and start working towards evolving in a different way. So everything that has been repeated enough number of times goes back to the subconscious mind. That is why it feels like muscle memory. Think about the days where you were able to drive a car. Right? The first few days, you're sitting in the car, you're looking at this mirror, everything feels so scary. You're learning to drive the car. But after a point of time, now the music is blasting, you're talking to somebody, you're able to cruise through this. It's become so easy because this has moved to your subconscious mind. It's become your muscle memory. So now what enables something to move to the subconscious mind. What is conscious? What starts off from the conscious mind, it has to move to the subconscious mind. Once it moves to the subconscious mind, it feels like your personal assistant is literally doing all the work for you, and you're sitting and chilling and thinking about what is the life that you want to create. So now what enables something to move from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind? What enables is repetition plus emotion. Anytime you do something repeatedly again and again and again and again, the information that you're giving to your mind is saying, hey, this can be moved to subconscious. And what makes it move even faster is when there are strong emotions attached to it. It moves into your subconscious mind. So your reality right now, the life that you're living right now, is a reflection of the dominant beliefs you have in your subconscious mind. So now if the life is a reflection of dominant beliefs that you have in your subconscious mind, and you don't like, this is the mirror, which is the life, okay? Life. And you don't like what you're seeing, this is only an outcome, and this is the cause of that outcome. So if I want to change this, I have to change the beliefs. So I have to change the beliefs. What do I have to do? I have to consciously think differently. And that's why we're going to take 15 minutes of time every single day, morning and evening, in order for us to start working on ourselves. It's going to be extremely easy. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 processes what you can do along with the time duration. The first one is called thought audit. You'll do this for 5 minutes. So what is thought audit? So now for most of us, we have no idea what subconscious beliefs we actually carry and how they're actually blocking us from the life that we want to live. So for everybody who does not know what strong beliefs we are carrying, where do you think your thoughts are coming from? We think the thoughts are emerging naturally from somewhere. No. Your subconscious beliefs, so this is your subconscious, your thoughts are emerging from your subconscious beliefs, which means the more you start to become aware of your thoughts, you start to become aware of what beliefs you have. So every day for 5 minutes in the evening, this is something I recommend, do it in the evening. So before you change, after you come back from office or your work, before you snug into your, into the duvet, you want to sleep, before that, take a deep breath, sit with yourself and ask yourself, what were my dominant thoughts throughout the day? Every time I was encountered with a situation and every time I was encountered with something throughout the day, what were my dominant thoughts? Did I feel, oh my God, this is such a great opportunity for me to move through? Or did I feel, oh my God, I'm not good enough, I'm so scared, I'm so guilty, I'm so ashamed, I don't deserve this, everybody's here to get me, I'm such a negative person? What were the dominant thoughts that you thought throughout the day? Because today, if I'm going to ask you, what did you have for breakfast 5 weeks, at least 5 days before, you'll have no idea. You'll be like, yeah, I don't know. But when I ask you, what did you have for breakfast today, you remember it vividly. So we're going to use that to our advantage, and we're going to start asking ourselves, what were the most dominant thoughts that I thought throughout the day since morning till evening? So you're going to spend 5 minutes of doing this. This enables 2 things. This enables a sense of awareness, which is you're becoming much more aware instead of all the thoughts passing by in a lack of awareness. The second thing is it gives you more understanding of what your strong subconscious beliefs are. Because what you don't measure, what you don't know, you can't change or you cannot control. So this is a means for you to start understanding who you truly are. If you're going to tell me there is no time for you, ask yourself, is this the truth or am I bullshitting to myself? Because if you can't even spend 5 minutes of your every day to understand who you are, where else is your time getting spent? And what makes you think that is more important than this, right? So the first process that we will do is called thought audit. The second process that we will do is called alpha affirmations. So now, in this process, we can do affirmations anytime throughout the day. But I recommend you do this process called alpha affirmations twice a day. You will spend 3 minutes and 3 minutes. 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes in the night before you go to sleep. So now what are these alpha affirmations? So now while you're listening to this video, or when you're wide awake, when you're processing something, your brain waves are in beta state, which is a fast state. When your brain waves are in beta state, your conscious mind is more active, which means it becomes very difficult for you to penetrate something into your subconscious mind. But there are two beautiful gold zones that we have in our life. That is, as soon as we wake up morning and right before we go to sleep, which is evening. So in these two timings, when you're kind of dozing off, or the minute you open your eyes, you're somewhere in between alpha and you're not yet in beta, which means the conscious mind, subconscious mind, this layering is very thin. Which means whatever I tell the conscious mind, the possibility of it going into my subconscious is much, much, much higher. We're going to use this in our favor, and every day in the morning and in the night before we go to sleep, pick 10 affirmations. 10 affirmations. So to start with, I would recommend, because in order for you to believe in these processes, I would recommend pick one area of your life. Any one area of your life where you genuinely want to improve. It can be a relationship, it can be your health, it can be your wealth, it can be your own self-confidence, it can be anything. Pick that one area of your life and curate 10 affirmations on that. Just 10 very, very strong positive affirmations on that. And every morning, as soon as you wake up, even before you reach out for anything, just wake up, open your eyes, take these affirmations, put your hand on your heart and read those affirmations loudly to yourself. Just read them loudly to yourself. I would recommend doing it in the bed because you're still in that alpha state, you're still in the Zen state. So which means the way it moves into your subconscious is much, much stronger. And the second thing that this process does to you is it makes sure the rest of your day, you're setting the tone for the rest of your day. Rather than starting your day grumpy and rather than starting your day unintentionally, when you start your day intentionally with the right kind of affirmations, it is giving you direction in which you have to start moving. So while you're starting to do this, what ends up happening is the subconscious mind, which already has a lot of beliefs which are opposite to these beliefs, now you're slowly you're injecting. Imagine there is this big disease. Okay, I'm just going to give that example. And you're injecting every single day antibodies. Okay, so what happens after a point of time is this one starts to disappear and this becomes your new subconscious beliefs. So start doing this. I'm telling you, 21 days, do this in a row, you will start to see massive, massive changes in your life. And the last one is called mental rehearsal. Mental rehearsal is a form of visualization. So now, every day in the morning, so evening you're going to do life audit and affirmations. In the morning you're going to do visualization, which is mental rehearsal and affirmations. So after your affirmations are done, before you step out, I want you to sit with yourself. Do box breathing. Inhale for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4 through your mouth, and hold your breath for a count of 4. So box breathing. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Do this for 5 rounds. So when you do this for 5 rounds, you're naturally calming your nervous system down. Right? When your nervous system is calm, and when you start to visualize the kind of life that you want to live. Imagine visualization is not just about thinking those pictures. The process, the importance of visualization or mental rehearsal is to enable your body to feel comfortable with the emotions that you want to feel in the future, which means emotions of abundance, emotions of love, emotions of safety, emotions of security. Any emotion that you want to feel in the future, you're feeling it in the now. So every morning you're sitting with yourself, you're visualizing that picture. You've told yourself all these amazing things. I'm good enough, I'm amazing the way I am. Money flows into my life easily. Relationships are such a beautiful blessing in my life. I always attract opportunities. And then you're sitting down and visualizing you becoming the CEO of a company, you're starting your own business, you're becoming a mother, it can be any damn thing, I'm telling you, it can be anything, and you're visualizing that, which means you're directing your mind saying, hey, this is an intentional life I want to live. So all this while in your life, you've been manifesting, but the manifestation has been happening very unconsciously. But moving forward, you will start manifesting consciously, which means you're setting the tone You're becoming aware of your thought process. You're setting the tone with the affirmations. You're setting an intention with the mental rehearsal. The more you start to do this, start for 21 days. 21 days in one row, one stretch. 100% I'll guarantee you there will be a miracle that will be there in your life. But if you can start doing this for 90 days in one row, you will see a complete identity shift. Because it takes 21 days for you to create a new neural wiring. It takes 66 days for you to create a completely new habit, and it takes 90 days for a complete identity shift to happen. Even if you start now, before you step into 2026, I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but even if you start now, 3 months before a new year begins, your life is going to transform drastically. And remember, all the information that you're consuming is brilliant and amazing. It expands your awareness. But for true transformation, for you to experience a true transformation in your life, you've got to put in that work, right? This takes only 15 minutes of your time in a day. Do you think you can't do this for yourself? Of course you can do this if your transformation is so important for you. If you feel like, oh, this is a cool thing to do. Oh, I really want to go tell the world that this is the kind of a life that, no, do it for yourself. Just simple do it for yourself, because the changes this will start to bring in your life. Now, once all the thoughts that all the affirmations you've been repeating to yourself will become a part of your belief system in no time. The minute it becomes a part of your belief system, you'll be like, damn it. Now I'm not even putting so much effort for something where I used to sabotage myself from doing it, and now I'm doing it much more naturally. That is the power of building a very, very strong belief system in your subconscious mind, because that will start doing the work for you.